Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Also check me out on Twitch as Floyd Mason. GTG's out. Let's go get my boy Richard. What's up, Rich? Oh, I can do treasure chest game too. I have both the lens and magic already. Wow. This is wild. This is such a weird run. Go. Fair reward. Ouch. Oh, first song. Way too pricey. Perfect price. So, I mean, if I get 2 wallets, maybe I'll get that, but don't really see that happening in the near future. Oops. Forgot what I was doing for a second. As always, I'm going right. And I lost. Been right once. One time I played, it was right. Ooh, left. Left. And could it be all 5 lefts? Just to really shove it in my face? Nope. Left, right. Alright, well, yeah. Can swing on through there when I'm an adult. Get a free item. I'll wait for day. I'll check some stuff off. Alright, so did Richard, did Malin. Chest, shooting gallery, the tree. Bum tree shops has something. Yeah, that's everything. So let's grab a little bit of money to make sure we have enough for the scrubs and fishing. It's kind of like I'm doing well. Magic. Doing well, but you know, don't have bombs yet. No Ocarina. I have no strength. I would believe that. Yeah. I mean, I feel like your week's all over the place. So, you know, yeah, you got bigger things on your mind. How's the moving going so far? Slow down. Yay, slow down. My fave. Location, that's what day it was. Yeah, I mean, like, definitely when I was off work there for a bit, like, it was almost like my own streams were reminding me what day it was. I was like, what day is it? Like, did I say I would stream today? And just kind of like, that was like my schedule. Every day that moving things, unpacking things, building furniture. Yep, that will happen. Especially because you're doing, like, I remember when I first, one of my moves in Toronto, between two places, and like, I knew I had too much stuff, and like, you know, I just had like my family basically come and help me move. And I had like a ton of DVDs, like ton of video games, ton of board games, all that stuff. And I was like, well, I want them to help me do all the furniture. So like, I don't want to spend all this time just loading up boxes because we didn't rent a thing. We just basically used our van, so it's buying like a lot of new furniture. You know, just like the table and like some bookcases, and my couch. But I was buying like a new bed and all that. So like literally every day after, like, I'd get home from work, and then I would just like load up like a backpack and a couple bags full of stuff and just take the subway. And then like I had my laptop there, and I would just like throw on like a movie or something and like unpack it all, so that I could take the bags and whatever boxes I used back, and I did the same thing like the next day. I did that for like 3 weeks, like every day. And I think on like a Saturday I did like 5-6 trips. But, I mean, when we actually moved me out, we were close to running out of time. So, I think the last thing me and my dad did was, like, almost, like, midnight, so. Moving was just not fun. But unpacking is maybe the funnest thing. Damn. Weird egg. Building furniture also sucks. I remember when we moved in here, we're like, okay, like the first day we're gonna suck it up and we're gonna build the bed so that we can have a nice sleep. We'll have our bed. And then we were building it, and there was a very important screw missing. And like by the time we figured it out, like first of all, it's COVID, so not a lot was open in the first place. But we realized it at like 10 o'clock at night, and it was just like even if places were open, I don't think we got a piece. So once we get Boomerang, then we'll be able to do the weird egg checks, which, I mean, again, the ranch is pretty good, so Spirit Temple path and goal, okay. So I want to get up to Spirit. I wonder how bad is that slowdown on the actual stream? Like, is it just really bad on my end? It seems to slow down my whole computer for a couple seconds. It's very annoying. I hope it doesn't. I mean, I hope it's not as bad on the stream end. But I can't see how it's not. Okay, Screw Valley. Did Crate. Waterfall. Now we are at the lake. Hey Ellie, how's it going? Long time no chat. Magical. Yeah, well, hopefully it's not all dungeon and I don't need beams. Yeah, I think, like, again, I was kind of saying earlier, because I take all of the videos, like, I stream off a laptop. Yeah, it's only like a couple seconds to me. I don't mind it so much in this, but, like, when I'm speedrunning, it's unbearable. But I think because I download every one of my videos after a stream so that I can, like, cut it and put it on YouTube, but I'm constantly, like, downloading a video, cutting it, putting it to YouTube, deleting it like a week later, that I think just like the formatting of my computer's all messed up. So I might just need to reformat it. That might work. Pretty good now that it's Friday. Very true. Like a long week. I was exhausted this week. Like, I didn't do my stream on Tuesday because I literally just fell asleep at 10 o'clock. Like, again, I had some project work due for my accounting stuff. And I thought I had until next week, but I was like, oh, I want to do stuff this weekend and not worry about it. So I'm going to try and get most of it done. Go up to 12. Get most of it done so that I can just kind of relax on the weekend and just do light work. So I did like a lot of it Monday, and then Tuesday I was just like exhausted, like my eyes hurt just from staring at screens. So I was thinking about like my Switch. I was like, no, not happening. So I fell asleep at like 10. And then Wednesday we had like our call, and it came up in the call that we'd actually agreed to finish on Thursday. And like people weren't sticklers for it. They're like, hey, like if you want to take till the weekend, like go ahead. But I'm like, I don't want to do stuff on the weekend though. So so I just like pushed it out Thursday, or like a little bit Wednesday and then some Thursday. So it's like done. It's still got work to do, but it's mostly done. Doing 2 carloads a day, which is pretty decent. This weekend we're doing the first half of the car. Yeah, I mean, like, again, having the car is nice, and like kind of taking it at a little bit of a slower pace is nice, because like, I don't know, like movers can only do so much. Like, I feel like especially the movers we got last time, 2 times ago, they weren't the best. And then I had to get, like, Jay literally came and we moved around the corner, and it still took Jay and I, like, a day to walk all our stuff over. That they couldn't do. But it was because they brought, like, a tiny U-Haul. So they spent all this time trying to fit stuff in it instead of, like, being able to just put stuff in and get up and down. Especially in condos, like, you only got so much time with the elevator, which is not enough time if you have, like, furniture to move. It's honestly terrible. Boop. Alright, let's go back and get the other one. Yeah, things are going pretty good today. As I said, like, because I'd say Winnie to the vet, because we're going to a cottage in, like, 2 weeks. So we had to get her, like, her tick stuff. So she's protected. And I managed to get an appointment for 5:30, and I was like, I'll just stream. Maybe I'll do Link to the Past. It's shorter, because they told me it'd be like half hour, 40 minutes. So I got her there at like, 5:25, and I basically got home at like 5. It's like a 7-10 minute walk. And I basically got home, and they called me like, "Yep, she's ready. You can come get her." Oh dang! Okay, so I need Boomer. Which is like great and all. But then I was like, well, now that's great. Like, I thought I might, kind of get home at 6:30, and then I got to set up the stream. I got to get the randomizer going. I got to just kind of settle in. That it'd be too late. Like, I didn't want to start a randomizer at 7. Oh, is that a piece down there? It is. Oh, man. But then she was so quick. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do the randomizer. So I have a Link to the Past randomizer set up. But man, I have so much stuff I want to stream currently. Like, I'm hoping next week maybe to just get it a lot, like, do some extra streams. Just like, like 2 hours a night stream. Just kind of work on the games, right? Like, Scooby-Doo shouldn't be that hard to finish off. I'm doing some routing of Stretch, so, like, that'd be something I could stream, I think I already did the first world, but you can watch me route the second world. So right now, I'm just working on which levels are the fastest. So I'm basically just playing every level like 3 times, trying things like a little different, like, taking a damage boost, going a certain way, like jumping certain ways. Because I just need to find which levels I can get the 3 cogs the fastest in. Because I need to do 60 levels. So this weekend, not entirely sure yet. So I was thinking originally that if I didn't finish this on Sunday, I might do like finish this off and then do the Link to the Past one I set up. But I mean, this is going very well, so I might not do that. I still have to finish Keysanity and Blaster Master. So I mean, I could kind of do maybe a combo of them Sunday. I think Blaster Master I could beat not too much longer because like I'm doing save states and whatnot, and they're not that bad. But I also still have Ninja Gaiden to start, which was Cheesy put in a request for a game. That's his game, so I need to do that one as well. So I mean, I'm kind of torn because like it'd be nice to start that Sunday, but then I kind of have like 4 games on the go that are half beat. So I'm thinking of just like maybe trying to finish the 2 of them off and then doing Ninja Gaiden on Tuesday. But we'll see. I mean, you know, Ninja Gaiden I'm probably gonna use save states as well, just so I can beat it. You know, I just want to beat it. It's one that I might try and learn how to do like a speed run of it. I know Floppy's talking about doing like a Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, 3. But I'm not very good at games like that. I get very impatient. I'm much better like puzzlers, like side scrolling in the same way, but like a Felix, where like it's not, you know, the fighting is not as hard. It's not as pivotal to your success. So yeah, long answer. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. Deathmap Trail Path of Gold. Hell yeah. There we go. Song of Time. First song. I think so. Beauty and the Beast, I'm very close. I just haven't had any time to play it. Like, it's just hard with like the course, right? Because like work is getting a little more tiring. Like it's month end, and like I'm trying to pick up a lot of stuff. So you know it's tiring enough because I don't currently have any like set patterns. I'm learning every day and like trying new things. So it's a bit tiring. And then I get off work and I usually work on project stuff for like hour or 2, you know, minimum. So I think Beauty and the Beast is not that far off. Like I've said, in my run I've already saved, because I think I only need to save about 50 seconds, and I've already saved about 20, I think. Like there's one boss fight that like just the way he fights it is so much better than the way I was doing it. One of the first levels I just do poorly, and there's definitely, I haven't got to the library yet, but there's time save there, and I learned a new routing in the waterfall level, which saves me like 10 seconds. So I feel the 50 seconds, if I have a good run, I have 30 saved already. So that leaves, you know, another 20 or so to find. I really wish there's one boss fight that he does really fast, and like I feel like I'm fighting it the exact same way, but it doesn't work for me. And like the problem with the boss is if you don't kill it by a certain time, you need to jump over it, pull him away, and get it back. Like literally, I almost don't kill it on the second walk back. So I don't know how the hell he did it in one. It's very confusing. There's also a stick for a stick, which is pretty funny. So I might just need to like watch his video and like practice that fight and just try and figure out what I'm doing wrong. If it's a timing thing, if I'm just shooting too slowly and I could be shooting faster. But I think he saves like 20 seconds on that fight to me alone. So I can just figure out that's the time save I need. And then he had a much better Gaston than I did. But I don't want to chalk up my time save to Gaston because it's a little bit of luck. Nope. Bomb shoes. Nope. That's it. But yeah, so Beauty and the Beast is definitely next. The 3 of us, you were in a bit Darth stream today, but Darth, Floppy, and I are all going to try and run Gargoyles Quest 2. I think I will be the worst at it. But I definitely feel like Floppy's much better at those side-scroller shooters, so it'll be, I think, his challenge to lose. But it's a really cool game, and so I'm pretty pumped to learn it. What did I need here? Where am I going? I don't need to be in here. Well, no. We'll come back here so else. And then like there's just a bunch of like puzzle games I just want to get time to the board of a bunch of games. Like I might do a day some point this summer. Gargoyle's Quest, I think the top times are like half an hour. But I mean like that's you got to know how to beat the bosses, because like the bosses, like the resets in that game are brutal. Especially like Darth kind of got stuck in the last level, and like the reset is basically you go back to the start of the level. So it's not one I plan to do particularly well in, but I think it'd be a fun one to learn and a fun one to run. And then it'll be cool, like if we're all on the same leaderboard. Because Darth and I have a couple of the same. Like that's how we kind of met, was we were both running Felix. Which I should run Felix again soon, just for the fun of it. I'm sort of practiced, but at some point I'd like to do, I'd still like to go for that 30-second time save and try to get top 5. I think it's doable. Top 1 is not possible to me. I'm just not good enough at it. Oh man, I need 60 coins for him. I forgot. Yeah. Varus is just too good. Like the Road Rocket I got from White Hat, but like we were kind of talking about today, it's like White Hat is an amazing runner, but because he ran so many games, he like makes his route and he does his route very, very well. Like he's such a good precision player. Like his movements are clean. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. But on some games like Dizzy, there's that routing thing where like there's the cleaner route, which I ended up doing, but I think he knew about it, if he knew it was hittable or not, because I didn't really at the time. But he didn't go back and like perfect it. He puts a good run on the board. It's a very good run, and beating it is tough to do, but it's doable. Whereas with Varus's Felix, he's grinded it so low, like it's such a good, clean run. Ooh, come back. But we'll see. I've picked up a couple too off Darth that I want to play, but like I like to play a game first without looking up like too many walkthroughs. Like obviously Faxando getting stuck, so I'm looking up stuff. I don't want to get like stuck in a game, but I've got at least like 6 or 7 that I've downloaded to do, and like I'd still like to get a good run of Pinball Quest as well. I haven't gone back to do that yet. Like I really should have just submitted the time for the one I did. I don't think I had a timer going, but like I could put a timer beside it, really, in theory. Okay. So, but I think once I've done this course, I'll be able to do a bit more. I'll also have more time. Look how easy it is to grab chickens here. Like, I don't know why it's so hard in Gerudo Valley, but here, the chickens just, they're drawn to me. Because, yeah, I have to study, again, I have a 3-day exam, which, I mean, is not going to be easy in any regard. But, it's not like my studying can be like just reading notes and then like on certain days doing a ton of practice questions, right? So I could do get off work, do speed running for like 2 hours, and then go sit and like listen to some music and read notes for like 2 hours. So not that bad. Not as intensive. Sorry is okay. Now we're getting some tunes. Get some tunage. Hurry before it spawns on you. No. Visual maze. Okay. Okay. I mean, we're getting some stuff. Like, gotta find that Ocarina soon. Doing alright. I think it might be finally time to become an adult. Kid's been real good to us. I mean, once I start playing games, that's it. Yeah. I mean, like, it's just come over time. Honestly, I've wasted a lot of time by being like that. Like, I used to just, I was trying to get ahead, and I had my math degree, and, like, it wasn't really doing anything with it because whatever, right? And it was kind of like, yeah, it's nice, but, like, people aren't going to put me into a business job with it. So I kind of had to, like, just really hammer myself down. Like, doing the actuary courses, I took the first one, and I was kind of cocky about it, and I failed. And I was like, oh my god, like, that was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought I was going to breeze through it. But I'd forgotten so much of my math and calculus by the time I took it. So then I, like, buckled down and studied for the second one. I passed it. I'm like, okay, that's what it takes. And, like, if I want to get somewhere, like, that's what I have to do. It's so hard to get back up to a studying level when you haven't done it for a while. Like, it's not easy at all. So now I just kind of, like, force myself, like, I set goals and try to hit them, and, like, the accounting has due dates and stuff, so it's kind of like, if you don't get it done, like, you're getting zeros, and you can't really afford zeros. So I think it'll be weird once I actually write this 3-day exam and hopefully pass. Oh my god! If you don't pass, you have to basically wait like half a year or a year to write it again. So that's awful. But after that, like, I'm gonna have so much free time. Like, let's you haven't studied for a while. Yeah, because it's exactly right. Like, when you're working and, like, you're used, like, you're probably at a point in your work at this day and age where, like, it's exhausting. Like, you have stuff to. Yeah, they only offer it twice a year, I think, and even then, like, one of the days is a specific case, which is the case I'm doing now in my project group. But if I fail and I have to write it again next year, I'll get a different case, and it won't be the one, like, so right now I'm reading the hell out of the case because I'm writing a full case on it. But if I don't pass, then I'm going to have to learn an entirely new case to write, which is, something. Hey, Night Lily, how's it going? I saw you were streaming earlier, but could not come in as I had to take my dog to the vet. So, I'll pause it for a sec and tell my story while I make myself a new drink. I rolled Link to the Past Randomizer for today. Yeah, oh no, she's totally fine. So basically, we're going to a cottage in 2 weeks. So I had to get her in to get, like, her tick and all that kind of stuff, so that she's safe when we go to the cottage. And I called earlier this week, and they're like, "We can get you in on Friday at 5:30," and I was like, "I'm taking it. I want to get it done as soon as possible in case there's any complications, like any issue." So it was at 5:30. They told me it'd be like 40 minutes. I have faith in you. You'll pass. Thanks. I mean, I hope so. From what I've heard, the tax part, they don't test you on much as, and tax is the part that I'm weakest at. So I want to be confident, but at the same time, I don't want to be too confident because I won't study. So I want to be, like, a bit hard on myself and be like, no, you're stupid. Like, study, you idiot. So I'll study. Yeah, yeah, so the bet said that it would take about half hour, 45 minutes. So I was like, okay, so if I'm dropping off at 5:30, that means I'm able to get her at like maybe 6, quarter after 6. That's not going to leave me much time, by the time I get home, I settle in, I get the randomizer set up. I'm starting at like 7. I tend to go to like 9, 10. I'm like, I'll never beat a Ocarina randomizer. So I set up a Link to the Past randomizer, which I was going to do. And then I took her to the vet, got there like 5:25. Literally, I walked home and it was like 5:35, and they called me and they're like, yeah, she's ready. So then I just trudged right back. By the time I got her and got home, it was like 6. I had everything set up by like quarter after 6, and I was just like, you know what? I got time for an Ocarina. So I have a Link to the Past ready to go. I'm probably going to do it this week. Damn you, lag. Why you hate me? Hurry. Yeah, Link to the Past is nice because it is guaranteed shorter. Like even if you do poorly at it, I mean it usually doesn't take over like 3 hours ish, like 3 to 4. Realistically, only if I have a bad Ganon, like where I have to do parts of Ganon's Tower, which I try not to, is it an issue at all? So, frogs are dead. Actually, I should stroke off some of the stuff I got. So did that. Nope, did that. It's done. Then I went back through the woods. I did that. Didn't do anything there. Here, got that. Both of those. We got that. Alright, I think that's accurate. First one took me 10 hours, but I also didn't know where everything was. Yeah, so, I mean, I use a map. I have a map thing that you can have that basically you put in what you have, and it shows you, like, what's open and how many checks you can get there. Which I just don't know Link to the Past well enough to do without it yet. 30 Skulltulas piece of Triforce. I know where 2 pieces are, so I'm almost at half already. Death Mountain Trail is good. And like they have it for Ocarina too. My buddy, actually, Dr. Ando's husband, also runs it, Ocarina, and he uses the map for it because he's again not as familiar. But I need it for Link to the Past because I just don't have the ability to go, oh, I got this. It opens this. Whereas in this one, I know. Whoops. Well, that's because you know it. You don't need it. One of the first times I played too, I had Floppy in the room, and he was just telling me like, go here, like you can do this, like go here, and I was like, okay. It's like Ocarina, I don't like hints in because I know it so well. Like, I know exactly where I'm going. I like to think for myself. But Link to the Past, I take. Thanks for watching. Please click to check out my other videos, like and subscribe, and come by Twitch under Floyd Mason to join my live streams.